This is a house that we got in Cleveland Heights. It's a very unique house. We're going to be redoing that front porch. I'm going to kind of go through what we're going to be doing with this in our series here and kind of see what I'm seeing. You're looking at a house like this, you need to really look at the front of it, the front porch, because it's not a great laid out house, so you want to make sure that you make it as kind of a sparkling in the front. So we'll be painting that whole front porch, redoing all that, plus putting some vegetation in, because as you can see, the neighborhood, very nice. I mean, they got good neighbors. It's Cleveland Heights. It's a nice street. Just nicer homes on here. This is probably the worst of the bunch, but that's okay because we got it for right. So when you're looking at something like this, you want to look at the front first of all. Of course, you got to hook that up. They put bins or whatever here, flower beds. Don't know why they're going. Again, we want to keep this driving parking lot as big as we can on this. When you're looking at something like this, you're possibly going to have to take that whole thing out. Now, in this area, they have a point of sale inspection, which they're going to make us do certain things to it. Now, you know, that right there, we should be able to power wash and paint around that to make that look nice. I believe, yeah, it has a storage shed back here, which we'll get to later, but it's not a big issue. The back it's got different sidings on it, but they look okay. The roof looks okay. As you can see, we've already pulled some carpet out of it, but you know, we got to fix that, tighten that up. And actually got a thing of squirrels up there. We got inside that thing, which we're going to have to get out, which won't be a big deal, but we'll get it done. When we go into a kitchen like this, I know it's a little dark in here. We're going to refinish these cabinets. I'm not a big fan of changing out the cabinets. I know a lot of guys are, but I'm not. We can put countertops on this, paint it, lighting. Maybe you can pull this off and see what we got underneath the ceiling to scrape it and paint it. We'll see on that, because you really don't know until you take all that out, because you can take that off and paint the ceiling, you got something really nice. And change the flooring and paint. Got the vents. They've got a little extra room here. As you can see, this flooring's shy. You're going to have to put new flooring, but don't let these kind of houses scare you, because there's not actually a lot here that's mechanically bad. It's just mostly paint and flooring and lighting. As you can see, we're going to put in a new light there, repaint that, lighten it up. We're going to paint these. We've got to keep these up. They're load bearing. And then we have I don't have any electric on in here, but I'm just kind of going through kind of the rough stuff. And then you have the door here, which you can paint. Now, as we go through here, we usually like to refinish the wood, but you can see it's had some kind of water, or it's buckled up. So we're going to get this thing flattened and just basically lay carpet on here. That's why they had carpet on here. So a lot of times we refinish these woods. It's not hard to refinish wood. It's basically a sander, stain, and urethane. You can get the 2 hour, you can get the 3-day dry. It's just according to what kind of quality you want. An important part too are the colors that we're going to be putting in this house. They're going to look really nice. This particular house has a nice chandelier in it. Busted, so if I can't find that or can't find something matching, I'll have to replace that. And it's got new windows in it, which is nice, dual pane, kind of spread out, and this is kind of the front of the house. Nice neighborhood. It's real important to look at the neighborhood. The way to check out neighborhoods is look at the cars and that type of stuff that's in there, because if there's beat up cars, it's probably not a good neighborhood. And then we're going to have to, paint these stairs or put carpet on them. There's a window there we have to replace. They've already done some work on these, so we're going to have to paint this. We're going to actually put a sheet around this of the wainscoting, or a real thin sheet, and then paint it, because it's going to be too much work to rip this stuff off and do all that. So we just put a thin membrane around it and then paint it. It looks like brand new, so you're basically covering it up. And we got to fix that. We're going to redo that and take that out. And we want to keep the closet because it's real important to have a closet. And it's weird. We got to make more room, and you can see they got the door shut in the wrong way. So we're going to have to fix that, because there's a full bathroom here, shower, it's upstairs bathroom, which is a big plus. But it's got to be accessible. They tried to make a master suite here, which didn't work. And again, we're going to have to put carpet, or we could actually refinish this if we want. Flooring, paint. They got some light problems in here because they got them on the side, but we'll put sconces up because we have plug-ins here. Paint, they've already kind of touched it up a little bit because it was purple, like that. So, and then on the flooring here also, we'll touch that up, get new flooring in here. Again, they put a sconce. You can see it's right there as a plug-in. You can always put a sconce right above the plug-in. They don't have new windows up here, interestingly, but they're in good shape. We'll keep them, and we'll get those painted. It's basically just a big cleanup job. I would take you down, if you look on the pictures below on the slideshow, you'll see the basement, and it's got the heaters there, the water heater, the gas meter, and it's got electrical panel, which all look fine. Of course, we got to check them because there's no utilities on in these places. But usually when you look at those, you guys can check those out and know what you got. So a house like this, we're going to get about $950 a month for a lease option. So the gentleman on this one should cash flow about $600 a month. But it's real important to keep the construction in budget. Now, when we're done with it, I'll tell you what the cost of it was, because I already quoted it, but I don't. You know, by the way, here's another full bathroom that we have to redo. It's a little dark in there. There's no electric. It has a nice thing there, a vanity, so we're good there. It's got a shower there, which you can't see in an old tub. But what you want to do with a product like this is just make sure you get it cleaned up and all the maintenance, plumbing, heating, if you have cooling. We're in northern Ohio, so there's some of them that do not have cooling. So all that's got to be into consideration, and you know, like that door right there, you got to clean it up or replace it or whatever. So when you're looking at something like this, just make sure you have it in budget, and I'll go over the numbers with you in the next video so you'll understand how I look at stuff. And the other important thing to do on these properties will also be on that next video. All right? So I look forward to seeing you on the next video.